It was recently announced that Michael Jordan will come back to the NBA as a sports broadcaster, but no one has been able to satisfactorily answer the question, why? Since MJ retired in 2003, he has made it a point to avoid the spotlight. The main consensus is that MJ is being loyal to NBC as they are returning to sports coverage, but I think it is deeper than that. If MJ wanted to speak on the game, every network and platform would have fallen all over themselves throwing multi-millions to get him. But what's really in it for him to just be another talking head? Since retirement, team ownership has been a goal of MJ and is essentially the only reason he had for coming out of retirement the second time. MJ being a sports broadcaster puts him in the rare air having the invaluable perspective of being a former player and team owner. Recently selling the Charlotte Hornets but maintaining a minority stake, MJ can provide insights on how and why some decisions are made from the organization's point of view, which no other broadcaster can do with first-hand experience. For NBC, having the NBA legend, sports goat, billionaire business owner, and franchise team owner providing them content is undoubtedly going to be ratings gold. But what's in it for Michael Jordan? I believe the real reason Michael Jordan chose now to return to the spotlight that he has avoided for more than 20 years since retirement is because he is ready to make some big moves. When MJ speaks, the world listens. The Last Dance became the most viewed documentary in ESPN's history, resonating with audiences, sparking conversations, and introducing MJ to a new generations as it was all anyone could talk about. MJ coming back to television with pre-taped segments will likely have a similar effect. This reminds me of MJ and the Washington Wizards. A year after buying the team, MJ divested minority ownership to return as a player for the Wizards to help the team, which sparked public interest and network coverage to an overlooked brand. After building the buzz around the team, his hopes for doing something big was dashed because when MJ retired in an act of betrayal, he was denied his ownership buyback option and fired from his executive position by the Wizards. Ownership was still goal for him, so he bought the Charlotte Bobcats, later Hornets. Despite selling the team for a multi-billion-dollar profit, this small market contender had its lows, and many perceive this to have been a failure for MJ. I believe coming to broadcasting allows Mike to paint the picture of what goes into running a team and what makes them successful. I think this opportunity allows him to address two of the blemishes on his greatness, being a bad owner and perceived gambling addiction. Having sold his majority stack in Charlotte Bobcats, I believe Michael Jordan will use his time in broadcasting to promote himself as a qualified and experienced team owner in advance of bidding on the new NBA franchise team coming to Las Vegas. Many big names have expressed interest in the new team, including Shaq and LeBron, but MJ will be the perfect fit. MJ can lean into his willingness to bet on himself and competitive nature in a city that promotes gambling. Charlotte is a up-and-coming city, but Las Vegas is an internationally renowned hotspot that can match and enhance his celebrity. The Wizards used MJ's star power to bring attention to the team, but saw no use for him behind the scenes. A new Vegas team will allow MJ to start from the ground up, constructing a culture of excellence indicative of his brand from the office to the players. This city itself will attract quality top-tier talent, then having MJ advertising his goals for greatness and expectation for those under his leadership every week on NBC, it becomes irresistible. I believe MJ's $40 million contract with NBC is just the beginning, and is more likely that they will front the money for him to buy the NBA team so they can get the local TV day. For example, the Lakers have a 20-year agreement with Spectrum Sportsnet for their local broadcast rights for $3 billion, which is the same price MJ sold the Hornets. Vegas is all vibes, and with MJ at the helm, having a top athlete on the team and celebrities and high rollers at courtside, this can be an NBA franchise that can compete with LA and New York City. MJ getting back into the spotlight that he's been dodged for decades just to become a contributor doesn't make sense unless there's a greater outcome. But what do you think? Like and comment below.